You know that feeling when your day is so full that there is no space to just breathe? But what if creating a quiet moment didn't require a full hour of meditation or a silent retreat? Today, we are going to talk about how to intentionally carve out small pockets of quiet even in the busiest schedule. In a world that constantly demands our attention, these quiet moments are not a luxury. They are a way to reset and stay grounded. When you learn to create these moments consistently, you may notice a greater sense of calm and clarity throughout your day. The common mistake is thinking quiet time has to be long or perfectly planned, when really it is about the intention behind a few minutes. In this video, I will walk you through a simple step-by-step approach to finding and protecting those quiet moments in your daily life. So let's start by looking at where your day already has hidden opportunities for stillness. New morn what this topic means in real life. Let's start by being honest about what we're actually talking about here. A quiet moment isn't just sitting still in a silent room, it's a small pocket of mental space you carve out for yourself. It's those few minutes where you're not scrolling, not rushing, not thinking about what's next. You might be sitting on your porch, staring out a window, or just taking a slow breath before you walk into the next meeting. The tricky part is that many of us confuse quiet with boredom, so we avoid it without even noticing. But real quiet moments give your brain a break from the constant noise and let your thoughts settle. Think of it as a brief pause, not a full stop, just enough to reset your inner calm. We're going to explore why these pauses matter so much and how you can start making them a regular part of your day. Scene 2. Why this matters so much for everyday well-being. Here's the thing. Our minds weren't designed to run non-stop from morning to night. When you don't build in quiet moments, your nervous system stays on high alert, and that wears you down over time. A regular pause helps lower stress hormones, clear mental clutter, and improve your focus for the rest of the day. It's like hitting a gentle reset button on your mood and energy level without needing a vacation or a nap. Many people assume they don't have time for stillness, but even 60 seconds can make a real difference. The relief that comes from a quiet moment is immediate. You feel your shoulders drop and your breathing slow. That simple shift protects your well-being in the long run and keeps you from burning out. Next, let's look at what happens when quiet moments are completely missing from your life. Scene 3. What life looks like when this is missing life. Without any quiet moments can feel like you're always running on a treadmill that never stops. You wake up already tired, your mind jumps from task to task, and you rarely feel fully present. Small irritations feel huge, conversations become exhausting, and you might snap at people you care about. Without those pockets of stillness, your brain has no chance to process emotions or make sense of your day. One common sign is that you constantly check your phone or reach for distractions, even during your few free minutes. That lack of quiet keeps you stuck in a cycle of reacting rather than choosing how to respond. It's not that you're failing, it's that your environment has trained you to stay busy every second. So what habits and beliefs are actually blocking you from creating those needed pauses? Scene 4. The common habits, patterns, or beliefs that block this. The biggest obstacle is often the belief that being busy equals being productive or worthy. You might think that sitting quietly for 5 minutes is lazy or wasteful, even when you know you need a break. Another common pattern is reaching for your phone the moment you have any empty time. Scrolling fills the silence. Many people also fill gaps with background noise like podcasts or music, afraid of what they might feel in stillness. A subtle habit is always planning ahead mentally, so even on a walk you're thinking about your to-do list. These behaviors keep you from ever fully disconnecting because quiet feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable. The truth is, you don't have to break all these habits at once, you just need to recognize one small pattern to change. That starts with a simple shift in how you see quiet moments, which we'll talk about next. Scene 5. The first mindset shift the viewer needs to make. The most important mindset shift is to stop treating quiet moments as something you have to earn. You don't need to finish all your chores, answer every email, or reach the weekend before you deserve a pause. Think of quiet time not as a luxury, but as a basic need, like drinking water or resting your eyes. When you start seeing stillness as essential maintenance for your mind, it becomes easier to prioritize it. Many people believe they have to meditate for 20 minutes for it to count, but that's a misunderstanding. A quiet moment can be as short as a single deep breath before you walk into a room. Lowering the bar for what counts as a quiet moment removes the pressure and makes it accessible. Once you've made that mental shift, the next step is a simple practical action you can take today. Scene 6. The first practical step to begin changing. Here's the first step. Pick one small gap in your day where you can insert a 30-second pause. The moment could be right after you brush your teeth, before you start your car, or just after you sit down at your desk. During that pause, don't check your phone, don't think about your next task, just breathe and let your gaze soften. You might notice how your body feels or listen to the faint background sounds around you without judging them. It sounds almost too simple, but the consistency of doing this once a day builds a new habit. The benefit is that you prove to yourself that a quiet moment is possible, no matter how busy you are. Over time, you can gradually extend that pause or add another one later in the day. In the next part, we'll explore how to make these moments feel natural and sustainable so they actually stick. You might be wondering what a quiet moment actually looks like when your life is already full. It's not about finding an hour of silence or escaping to a cabin in the woods. A quiet moment can be as simple as pausing for 30 seconds before you step out of your car. It might be sitting on your couch with your eyes closed for 2 minutes before you start your next task. The key is that you do not need to change your entire environment to make it happen. These tiny pauses become small islands of stillness in the middle of your normal day. You will start to notice that these moments do not interrupt your routine. They soften it. Let's look at a simple daily habit that helps you build these pauses without extra effort. One of the easiest ways to create a quiet moment is to tie it to something you already do every day. For example, you can take 3 slow breaths right after you wake up, before you even look at your phone. This tiny anchor turns the start of your morning into a calm pause rather than a rush. Another option is to set a gentle timer on your phone for the middle of your afternoon. When it goes off, you simply stop whatever you are doing and take one deep breath. The habit works because it does not require willpower or extra time. It uses an existing trigger. After a few days, your brain will start to expect that small moment of stillness. But there is a common mistake people make when they first try this, and I want to help you avoid it. The most common mistake is thinking that a quiet moment has to feel perfectly calm or meditative right away. When it does not feel that way, people assume they are doing it wrong and give up. The truth is that your mind will probably wander, and that is completely fine. A quiet moment is not about having no thoughts. It is about giving your mind a small break from constant doing. Another mistake is trying to force a longer silence than you are ready for, which just feels like a chore. Instead, start with something that feels almost too easy, like 5 slow seconds of stillness. That way, you build a habit that feels natural rather than overwhelming. Now let's talk about how to make this practice feel realistic, especially when your schedule is packed. If this idea of creating quiet moments really clicked with you, I'd love to hear about it. What part of today's video felt most relatable to your own life? Maybe it was the idea of setting a timer for just 2 minutes, or giving yourself permission to pause without guilt. Take a second to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear right now. And if you haven't already, hitting that subscribe button helps you catch more videos like this one. We're building a space here for real, everyday steps toward a calmer life. Thanks for being part of it, and I'll see you in the next video. To keep this sustainable, you need to lower your expectations about what a quiet moment should be. It does not need to be peaceful or deep every time. Sometimes it is just a short pause in the middle of chaos. You can practice this while you are waiting for your coffee to brew or standing in line at the store. The goal is not perfection. It is simply to weave small breaths into your day wherever you can. If you miss a day, do not worry about it. Just pick it back up the next morning. Remember that even a 10-second pause counts as a real quiet moment. Over time, these small pauses add up and start to change how you feel without you trying very hard. Let's explore what starts to shift emotionally and mentally once you make this part of your daily life. When you consistently create these tiny quiet moments, you might notice that your mind feels a little less tangled. The constant background noise of worry and to-do lists starts to fade in volume. You will likely find yourself reacting more slowly to stressful situations instead of snapping or rushing. There is a subtle sense of space that appears between a trigger and your response. Emotionally, you may feel less drained at the end of the day because you gave yourself small resets. These moments do not fix everything, but they help you carry your day with lighter shoulders. The relief comes from knowing that you can always find a second of stillness, no matter how busy it gets. Now I want to share how you can keep this momentum going when life throws extra chaos your way. When life gets extra hectic, the first thing that often slips away is the quiet moment habit. To keep momentum, you can shrink the habit down to its smallest version. Just one conscious breath. On your busiest days, you can even do it while walking from your desk to the kitchen. Another trick is to use a visual reminder, like a sticky note on your monitor or a bracelet you glance at. The key is to remember that consistency matters more than length. Even 5 seconds keeps the habit alive. If you completely fall off, do not judge yourself. Just restart with the very next breath you take. The habit becomes self-sustaining when you realize how much lighter each day feels with those small pauses. In the next part, we will look at how this practice deepens over time and starts to reshape your whole relationship with busyness. When you start weaving quiet moments into your routine, you might notice small changes at first. Over weeks, those moments begin to reshape how you respond to stress and noise. Your mind learns to pause instead of react instantly, creating a buffer between you and the chaos. Even in a busy morning, you might find yourself breathing deeper before a meeting or a difficult conversation. The shift isn't dramatic overnight, but it gradually changes the texture of your day. You start feeling less drained by evening because those micro pauses gave your nervous system a chance to settle. This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about letting your natural calm come to the surface more often. And as that calm builds, you'll be ready for whatever life brings next. Even after weeks of practice, there will be days when quiet moments feel impossible to find. Maybe your schedule gets unexpectedly packed, or a family crisis pulls your attention away completely. That is not a sign that your practice has failed. It's just life doing what life does. The challenge is that your old reflexes might kick in, and you might forget to pause for a whole day or two. You might even feel guilty or frustrated that you lost the habit you worked so hard to build. But here's the truth. A setback doesn't erase the progress you've already made. Those earlier quiet moments still gave your brain new pathways, and they are still there waiting for you. The key is to recognize the setback without letting it convince you to give up entirely. If you're looking for more gentle, practical ideas to bring more quiet into your daily routine, I have a suggestion. Head over to www.happylifetribe.com. There you'll find simple encouragement, mindful lifestyle guidance, and real support for building a happier, calmer life. It's not about big changes or perfect habits, just small, doable steps that fit into your real day. Whether you're new to this or you've been trying for a while, the site is full of resources to help you keep going. Think of it as a friendly place to come back to whenever you need a little reset. You can explore at your own pace, with no pressure at all. I hope it feels like a helpful next step for you. When you notice you've slipped, the best move is not to punish yourself but to restart gently. You can simply take one conscious breath right now, in this moment, and call that your quiet moment for today. That single breath is enough to remind your body what calm feels like. Then tomorrow, set a tiny reminder, maybe a sticky note on your mirror or an alarm on your phone to prompt you to pause. Don't try to make up for lost time by cramming extra quiet minutes into your day. That only adds pressure. Instead, return to the smallest version of the practice, like sitting still for 30 seconds after you wake up. Consistency matters more than intensity, so a brief restart is far more effective than an ambitious plan. Each time you come back, you prove to yourself that this practice is resilient enough to survive real life. This approach to creating quiet moments helps anyone who feels constantly pulled in different directions. It is especially useful for people who work in high-stimulation environments, like open offices or busy homes. Parents, caregivers, and anyone with irregular schedules often find it hardest to carve out stillness. But even if your life feels relatively calm, this practice can deepen your sense of presence and satisfaction. The reason it helps so many different people is that it doesn't require extra time or special conditions. It works with whatever you already have: a breath, a pause, a moment of noticing the silence between sounds. So if you've ever felt that peace is only for people with more free time, this practice proves otherwise. It meets you exactly where you are and asks nothing more than a small, honest pause. If you want to start right now, here is a 3-step plan that takes less than 2 minutes. First, choose a trigger you already experienced today, like closing your laptop or walking through a doorway. Every time you hit that trigger, take one slow breath and let your shoulders drop. That's your quiet moment. Second, set a single reminder on your phone for midday to check in with yourself for 10 seconds. During those seconds, just notice what you hear, feel, or see without trying to change anything. Third, at the end of your day, reflect on one moment when you felt even slightly more calm. That reflection reinforces the habit and helps you notice that these moments are already appearing. Creating quiet moments in a busy life is not about escaping from responsibilities or becoming a different person. It is about giving yourself small, regular openings where you can remember who you are underneath all the noise. Those openings add up over time, and they slowly teach your mind that peace is always available, even in the middle of chaos. You don't need perfect silence or a long meditation session. You just need a few seconds of genuine pause. The change is worth practicing because it makes everything else in your life feel more manageable and less heavy. You might not see big results immediately, but your body and mind will thank you weeks from now. So take that breath, step into that moment of stillness, and trust that it matters more than it seems. This is one of the simplest gifts you can give yourself, and you are absolutely capable of giving it. As we wrap up here, I hope you feel a little more permission to claim those quiet moments for yourself. You don't need to overhaul your whole schedule to start. Just one small pocket of stillness can make a real difference. If this video gave you a new idea or a gentle nudge, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Happy Life Tribe. We share practical ideas, encouragement, and calm living inspiration every week to help you build a more mindful life. You can also find more support and simple guidance over at www.happylifetribe.com. That online community is full of people just like you, looking for gentle ways to slow down and feel more grounded. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope you carry a little bit of that quiet peace with you into the rest of your day.